Welcome to Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary. We are down under. I want to get you guys to learn more about, I guess, like Australian culture and our animals that we have here. And so I'm gonna show you around a little bit and teach you some facts about koalas and kangaroos, my two favorite Australian animals. They're super cute, they're super cuddly, but they can also be a little bit aggressive. So wait till you hear these amazing facts I've got for you, and let's feed some kangaroos. Kangaroos are very cute and they look very cuddly, but they can also be a little bit dangerous if you get too up close and personal. They can hop at 60 kilometers per hour, which is pretty fast. I mean, we drive that fast in our cars, so that's kind of crazy. I've got so many more facts to share with you, but let's go see some kangaroos. After my rejection therapy with these overfed kangaroos, I've decided to share some facts with you about kangaroos. So there's a few interesting things about them. The first thing is they are, like the koala, they are marsupials. So they have a pouch, they have joeys. They also can survive without water multiple days in a row. Obviously, Australia being as hot as it is, you're not always gonna find water around, especially out in the desert where a lot of these guys live. So their bodies have basically adjusted to being able to survive without water for multiple days, which is crazy because, I mean, we can't do that. I can't go like 2 hours without water. So pretty insane. And then also they obviously have really strong hind legs to be able to hop along, and they can actually jump almost 10 feet in one single hop, which is crazy. They also have really strong tails, and their tails are there to keep them balanced because without their tail, they'd probably fall over. They're sort of like, I mean, you can see how they stand. The tail sits on the floor, keeping them nice and balanced. Another fact about kangaroos is they're actually really social animals. So as you'll see, they like to sort of hang out in groups. You won't really often find them by themselves. I think this is because they are trying to like protect themselves from predators. They also just like the company, don't we all? The males will actually box for dominance. So they basically have boxing matches with each other, which aren't super violent, but it's more just like to figure out who's the stronger one in the pack. And I guess that's the leader of the pack, and that's the male with the best boxing skills. The most active time for kangaroos is at dawn and at dusk. So when the sun is rising and when the sun is setting, this is when you have to be the most careful when you're driving in Australia, because they're the most active on the roads, and trust me, you do not want to hit a kangaroo. It is more dangerous for us than it is for them. So kangaroos are super important to Australian culture. Obviously, there's a kangaroo on the Australian coat of arms, which is pretty cool. I mean, they're pretty special guys. There's actually millions of kangaroos in Australia, which is crazy. And obviously being native to Australia, they've been here for tens of thousands of years. So a few more facts about kangaroos is they are herbivores. So they actually have a 4-chambered stomach in order to be able to digest all the leaves and stuff that they're eating. They also cannot walk, so they move in a bounding motion, which a lot of people call like hopping or bouncing, but it's very much a bound, using their tails to help them move a long distance in a short space of time. Okay, so this is actually a kangaroo with a joey in its pouch. If you have a look, there's a little baby kangaroo in there. You can't see, but you can see it when it moves. There we go. How crazy is that? There's actually 4 different species of kangaroos. 2 of the ones that I'm most familiar with are the eastern grey kangaroo, which is this one here, and the red kangaroo, which are a lot bigger. You can actually see the differences between them. I mean, it goes without saying this one's more grey and the other one has more of a red tinge to them. This is our first little koala. How cute. They're very, very sleepy animals. Okay, a fun fact about the koala is they actually sleep for 22 hours of the day, and their most active times is just after the sun goes down. Crazy. Another fact about the koala is that eucalyptus is the leaves that they eat. They're actually toxic, but not to the koala. The koala is one of the only animals that can eat eucalyptus and not die. Okay, so we are at the koala grazing experience at Currumbin Wildlife, which means you get a beautiful cheese platter, and they basically just bring a koala around for you to pat, etc. And then you can get a photo with the koalas after, which is so fun. So I'll make sure to bring you along for that. And yeah, I'm gonna have something to eat because I'm starving. So a lot of people call koalas koala bears, but that's actually not what they are. They're actually marsupials. They have pouches, similar to like kangaroos and wallabies. So yeah, they're not bears, they're marsupials. Koalas might look cute, but they can be very aggressive. If you see them fighting each other, it's very intense. You can actually hear them from 3 kilometers away because their growls are so loud. They're very similar to the growls of like a grizzly bear. Obviously not as loud, but yeah, it's pretty crazy because they look so cute and cuddly. You think they're just gonna make like cute little squeaky noises, but no, they make full-on bear noises. As I mentioned before, koalas have pouches, they're marsupials, and one interesting fact about them is once they give birth, the joey, which is the baby koala, climbs into the pouch and lives there for 6 months until it's fully grown and ready to thrive on its own. I think that this is super cute. It's like a little baby koala just living in a pouch for months and the mother provides. Well, that was such a delicious little afternoon where we learned some really fun facts. I actually learned a few more things. One of those things is that koalas are really picky with what they eat. So they do eat eucalyptus leaves, but there's actually over 1,000 different types of eucalyptus trees, and koalas will only eat about 300 of them. And then some koalas are super picky and only eat 30 varieties of the eucalyptus trees. These are some of their favorites, as you can see. This is what they get fed here at Currumbin Wildlife. Tallow wood, blue gum, river red gum, scribbly gum. Another fun fact just to close off this episode is that the joey will eat its mum's poo for the first 6 weeks of life, which I personally find disgusting, but I mean, each to their own. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you learnt a thing or two about Australian animals. I know I certainly did. Make sure to go check out all the other videos on my channel. I have everything from vlogs to, I don't even know, I've been all around the world. So go check them out and I will see you next time.